Namasté yoga. Today we are going to get into those hips a little bit. If you want to use a strap or a belt, you can use it during this class, not necessarily, but you can go a little deeper. Have a block or stack books if you need to, and maybe something for your knees, so it could be like a chiffon blocks or a blanket or towels, or you can also double your mat if you need to. And I encourage you to have a bottle of water with you, just if you get thirsty. It's always good to have it on the side. Alright, so we are going to start in a laying position, comfortably onto your back in Shavasana. So feet are about mat distance apart or wider, and just letting your feet naturally fall onto their sides. Your palms and arms are facing the skies onto your sides or slightly away. And if this position doesn't feel comfortable for your lower back or any other reasons, perhaps you would like to bend your knees and plant the sole of your feet mat distance apart, letting your knees fall into center tenting. Or perhaps you'd like to lay in a fetal position onto your right or left side. This is totally up to you. Just remember that this is your practice, and it's important to take whatever position feels good for you. Listening the cues of your body. And once you have found that perfect position, if you are laying onto your back, slightly lift your chest up and tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. And if you feel comfortable to do so, I invite you to softly close your eyes or to soften your gaze. And we'll just start this class by relaxing each part of our body. Starting at the top of our head, and then relaxing the muscles of your face and your eyes, the muscles of your jaw, your neck and throat. Then relaxing your shoulders, allowing them to fall heavy onto your mat. Relaxing your arms, your hands, and relaxing the muscles of your upper back, lower back, and mid back, and relaxing your chest, your rib cage, and the muscles of your abdomen. Relaxing the muscles of your glutes, your pelvis, and your hips. And relaxing the muscles of your legs and your feet. And allowing your whole back body to fall heavy onto your mat. As you allow all your front body to move freely with air. And taking a moment here to let everything go, all your thoughts, expectations, all your to-do list that you might have in mind, anything. Letting all those thoughts float around you. Perhaps contemplate them, but then allow them to drift away, not holding on to them. You came to practice onto your mat today. This is a time that is just for you. So really trying to be present and in the moment for the next 60 minutes. Trying to be present in each posture and really feeling those sensations into your body. Perhaps you would like to set an intention for your practice. It could be a simple word or a positive statement. Or perhaps you would like to dedicate your practice to a loved one. Once you have chosen, please repeat it 3 times within your mind. And then taking a deep inhale through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. One more deep inhale through the nose and exhaling. And slowly bringing your awareness back into the space of the room where you are. Back into the space of your mat. And back into your body by slowly starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Perhaps you'd like to roll your wrists and ankles. Maybe you'd like to bend your elbows on your knees. And if it's okay on your neck, perhaps you'd like to slowly turn your head from side to side. And then extending both of your legs long up to your mat. The sole of your feet are reaching for the front of your mat. Sweeping your hands overhead, interlacing your fingers, and give yourself a big body stretch here. Perhaps stretching onto your right or left side. Perhaps yawning feels good as well. And drawing both of your knees onto your chest. On your next exhale, hugging them nice and tight onto your chest and rolling from side to side or making circles with your knees. Now knees can be and stay together, or knees can come wide, which you might feel a bit more into your hips here. This is totally up to you, whatever feels the best for you. And then keeping your right knee onto your chest and extending that left leg long onto your mat. Both of your feet are flexed, toes are pointing towards the sky. On every inhale, really passion through that left heel so it reaches the front of your mat. And on every exhale, drawing that right knee just a bit closer towards your chest. You can choose to stay here, or you can choose to add a little movement. On every inhale, drawing the right knee towards the right side, opening your hip. And on every exhale, bring it back to center. Just massaging through the inner hip crease here onto your right side. And bending your left knee and planting the sole of your left foot onto your mat and extending that right leg long towards the sky. Then you can use your strap here or your belt and hooking it underneath your foot. If you don't have a strap or a belt, that's totally okay. Just bring your hands behind your hamstrings, your calf or peace finger to your big toes. Now holding the strap with both hands, on every inhale, really pushing through your heel so it reaches the sky, and on every exhale, drawing those toes closer towards your face. If you need a bit more sensation, perhaps extending the left leg long onto your mat. Making sure you're keeping those shoulders nice and heavy onto your mat. Perhaps pointing the right foot towards the sky and moving through the front fascia of your foot here. Maybe flexing and then pointing. And grabbing the strap onto your right hand, left hand onto your left hip, and moving your foot and leg towards your right side. Now if you don't have a strap, that's totally okay. You can support it at your shin or thigh. Keeping and making sure you're keeping that left hip into your mat here. Again, pushing through your heel on every inhale and on every exhale, trying to lower just a bit more. Coming back to center, grabbing the strap into your left hand, right hand onto your right hip, and moving that right foot and leg towards your left side. Perhaps feeling a stretch into your IT band onto the side of your thigh here. Coming back to center, unraveling and putting the strap onto your side, and then placing that right ankle over top or just underneath your left knee into the figure 4 shape. Toes are pointing towards your shin here. Placing the palms of your hands to either side of you. Palms of the hands are facing your mat here. On your inhale, really engage in your core and your glutes and lifting your hips up. Exhaling down. Good. Keep on going. 3 more times. Keeping that right knee towards the mat here. Good. Breathe into your shoulders and finish your twist, letting that left leg and right foot fall towards your left side, but keeping your shoulders towards the sky here. Arms can come to a T shape. If it's okay on your neck, gaze can come towards your right hand. Perhaps feeling a nice stretch onto your right side body here. Gaze come back to center, lifting that leg and foot back up, and drawing your knees both into your chest, hugging them nice and tight and rolling from side to side. Maybe making circles with your knees. And keeping your left knee onto your chest and extending that right leg long onto your mat. Again, both of your feet are flexed, toes are pointing towards the sky. And then every inhale, really passion through the right heel so it reaches the front of your mat, and on every exhale, drawing the left knee just a bit closer towards your chest. Now again, if that feels uncomfortable, try to bend your right knee and plant the sole of your right foot onto your mat. And again, you can choose to stay here, or you can choose to move with your breath. On every inhale, drawing the left knee towards the left side, opening your hip, and on every exhale, bringing it back to center. Again, exploring that posture here. Going as far, as comfortable as you are. Feeling sensation perhaps in your hip. Massaging your inner hip crease on the left side here. And bending your right knee and planting the sole of your right foot onto your mat. Again, if you have a strap, using your strap or belt. Otherwise, hands can come behind your thigh, calf, or peace finger to your toes. And then extending that left leg long towards the sky. On every inhale, really passing through that heel so it reaches the sky. And on every exhale, drawing those toes just a bit closer towards your face. If you need a bit more sensation, perhaps extending that right leg long towards your mat. And maybe playing here a little bit with the front fascia of your foot. Perhaps keeping that foot flexed, toes pointing towards your face. And then pointing that foot, toes pointing towards the sky. Coming back, toes pointing towards the face. And back to the sky. Coming back to center, grabbing the strap into your left hand, right hand onto your right hip, and opening that left leg and foot towards your left side. Now again, if you don't have a strap, that's totally okay. Just support your foot or leg with your hand here. Making sure to keep that right hip pin into your mat. Again, passing through the heel of your left foot to reach the left side. And then coming back to center, grabbing the strap into your left hand, right hand. Left hand comes onto your left hip and moving that left foot and leg towards your right side. Perhaps feeling a nice stretch onto your IT bend here, onto the side of your thigh. Keeping that left hip into your mat. Coming back to center. Unraveling. Bending the right knee, planting the sole of your right foot onto your mat, and bringing that left ankle underneath the right knee here. Toes are flexing towards your shin, and keeping that left knee towards the front of your mat. Palms of your hands are facing down onto either side of you. And on your next inhale, engaging the core and the glutes, and lifting your hips up, and exhaling, coming back down. Inhaling up, and exhale down. Good. 3 more times. Keeping that left knee towards the back of your mat or front of your mat. Good, and moving through our twist. So bringing the left sole of your foot and right leg towards your mat here or the floor, but keeping your shoulders open towards the sky. Hands are coming to either side of you to a T shape, and gaze can come towards your left hand here. Perhaps feeling a nice side body stretch here. Maybe onto your left hip and quad if you're really tight. Yet come back to center and lifting that right leg and foot off your mat. Both knees back onto your chest, hanging both knees nice and tight, and then rolling from side to side. And then keeping your right knee to your chest, placing the left sole of your foot onto your mat here. Drawing that right knee towards your right shoulder. Bring your right forearm to the inside of your right shin, grabbing for your ankle or foot, and then stacking your ankle over top of your knee. Moving to half happy baby here. Passing your hand into your foot, foot into your hand, and trying to draw that knee towards your armpit or mat. And perhaps if you need a bit more sensation, extending that left leg long onto your mat here. Toes are pointing. Right toes are pointing towards the mat here. And drawing both knees onto your chest, hugging them nice and tight, rolling from side to side, and moving through the other side. So keeping your left knee into your chest, right sole of your foot onto your mat. Drawing that left knee towards your left shoulder, with your left forearm bringing it into the inside of your left shin, grabbing for the ankle or the outside edge of your foot, and then stacking the left ankle over top of your left knee. Toes are pointing towards the mat. And then pushing your hand into your foot, foot into your hand to bring your knee towards the mat or armpit here. And again, if you need more sensation on this side, extending the right leg long onto your mat. Good. Unraveling, drawing both knees onto your chest, hugging both knees nice and tight, and rolling from side to side, making circles. Two options for you here. You can either roll onto your right or left side and pushing yourself into a seated position, or you can roll up and down your spine until you get into a seated position. Once you're here, you can either keep your legs crossed or uncrossed, and we'll be going through a couple of neck stretches. So bringing your right arm onto your side, and bringing your left shoulder towards your left ear towards your left shoulder. If you need a bit more, perhaps bring your right arm behind your back and grabbing for your left bicep. Your gaze can come more towards your knee or more towards the sky. Try to see what stretch feels the best for you. Coming back to center. And extending the left hand onto your side. Right knee to your right ear. If you need a bit more, hands can come behind your back and grabbing for your right bicep. So again, gaze can come more towards your knee or more towards the sky. Slowly unraveling. And then bringing your right ear to your right shoulder. Rolling down, tapping your shin. Rolling back up, left knee to left shoulder. And back to center. Again, right ear to right shoulder. Rolling down, tucking your chin. Rolling back up. Left ear to left shoulder and back to center one more time. And then moving through the other side, left ear to left shoulder. Rolling down, tucking your chin. Rolling back up, right ear to right shoulder. Coming back to center, and 2 more times on your own pace. Good. And coming back to a tabletop position, tapping your toes behind you and sitting back onto your heels. Now making sure you're tucking that pinky toe on each side. I will be facing this way for you. Now if this doesn't feel comfortable at all, for any reason, you can come onto the shoelace part of your feet and sitting onto your heels. But those toe stretch are really good if you do have headaches. It will help relieve, it can help relieve headaches. So moving through a little bit of shoulder stretch and arm stretch. Bringing your right arm in front of you and crossing your left arm at the elbows. And then holding opposite elbows here, lifting those elbows up. Now, if this is enough sensation for you, you can stay here. If you need a bit more, perhaps lifting your hands up and crossing up the hands. And then lifting those shoulders up and pulling those hands away from you. Staying here for about 5 breaths. And slowly unraveling. moving through the other way. Now, if this is too much again for your toes, coming back onto the shoelace part of your feet. Otherwise, you can stay here. And then extending the left arm in front of you. Crossing the right arm over top at the elbows. And holding opposite shoulders. Lifting those elbows up. Again, if this is enough stretch for you, you can stay here. If you need a bit more, lifting those arms up. And then lifting those elbows and pulling those hands away from your face. If you're really tied into your right shoulder here, you might feel it into the shoulder blades. And staying here for 5 breaths. Unraveling, coming into tabletop position, and then having your shoelace part of your feet for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And staying into that tabletop position, moving through a couple of cats and cows. On your inhale, dropping your belly towards the mat, gaze and elbow up. And exhaling, belly back in, running through your shoulders and your spine, gaze and tailbone down. Okay, you want your wrist underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Inhaling, dropping your belly towards the mat, gaze and tailbone up. And exhaling, belly back in, running through your shoulders and your spine, gaze and tailbone down. Good. Form around on your own breath and own pace here. And coming back to neutral spine or flat back when you've done your 4th breath. And then slowly walking your hands a little bit in front of you and moving those hips and pelvis towards the front of your mat. Holding your core here, moving through hip circles. So coming onto your right side and then moving to the back, onto your left side and coming back forward. Good. 2 more times on this side. You can do those hip circles as fast as you would like or as big as you would like. And then when you're done 3 times on this side, moving through the other side 3 times. And then coming back to tabletop positions when you've done the 3 hip circles on each side. If you need a bit more time, feel free to pause the video and come back to it later. And still staying into that tabletop position, I will be moving this side so you guys can see better. But lifting that right leg onto this side, flexing at the foot here. Kind of like a dog that peels on a fire hydrant. And staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then moving through hip circle on this side. 3 onto one side. And then 3 onto the other side. Bringing that knee back down. Good. And moving through the left side. So lifting that left leg and knee onto the side for and then moving through hip circles on this side. 3 on this side, and 3 on the other side, or the other way. Okay, and then when you've done the 3 of them, bring that knee back down, and moving your knees mat distance apart, big toes to touch, sitting back onto your heels and walking your hands towards the front of your mat, letting your forehead rest heavily onto your mat here. And I will be lifting up my head so you guys can hear me. But if your forehead doesn't quite make it onto your mat, perhaps stacking hands or fists underneath it. Maybe placing a block, a book, or any type of support that can bring any type of material that can bring a bit more support. Now this is a safety posture, so if at any time during this practice you need to come back to your breath or you need to take a break, this is a great posture to come back to. Also, if at any time during your practice you need to take a sip of water, I encourage you to do so. Perhaps taking a sip of water now, and then we'll start moving through our stone salutations. Taking a deep inhale through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. One more deep inhale through the nose and exhaling. And fingertips are reaching for the front of your mat. Now shifting your weight forward back into a tabletop position, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Spreading those fingers nice and wide here. Really engaging that core and tucking your toes, and then lifting your seat up into downward facing dog. Now you can walk the dog a little bit by bringing one heel after the other onto your mat. Perhaps coming high onto the balls of your feet, bending your knees and bringing your torso closer to your thighs, and then attempting to strain your legs here. If your heels don't touch the mat, that's totally okay. Just really try to feel that you're pushing yourself away from your mat, core is engaged, and tailbone is trying to reach for the sky. Think an inverted V. And then on your next inhale, gaze goes to the top of your mat. Exhaling, step or walk in between your hands into a forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, hands onto your shins, onto your thighs, back is parallel to your mat, core is engaged. Exhaling, forward folding. Inhaling, coming all the way up, fingertips to the sky. Exhaling, hands come down through heart center, hands onto your sides. Inhaling, fingertips to the sky. Exhaling, hinging at the hips and forward folding. Inhaling, halfway lift, back is parallel to your mat. Exhaling, forward folding. Bending your knees, blending your hands into your mat and stepping back into plank. Full or modified, your choice. Shifting your weight forward, exhaling, lowering down to chaturanga. Inhaling to cobra or upward facing dog, and exhaling, pushing back to downward facing dog. Good. On your next inhale, gaze goes to the top of your mat. Exhaling, step or walk in between your hands into a forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward folding. Inhaling, coming all the way up, fingertips to the sky. And exhaling, hands come down through heart center, hands onto your sides. One more time, inhaling, reaching for the sky. Exhaling, hinging at your hips and forward folding. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold, bending your knees, blending your hands into your mat and stepping back into plank. Perhaps moving to a modified flow this time, lowering your knees onto your mat and untucking your toes. Engaging that pelvis, exhaling, lowering down to chaturanga, and then chest and belly reaches the mat at the same time. On your next inhale, lifting your chest up, squeezing the muscles of your glutes and lower back. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhaling, pressing through your hands to come back to a tabletop position, tapping your toes, and lifting your sit up into downward facing dog. leg high behind you. And exhaling, stepping that foot in between your hands. Front knee comes over top of your ankle, wiggling your back toes all the way back. Inhaling, engaging that core, lifting your chest up. Hands can come at heart center or towards the sky. Now that back leg is nice and strong. Spreading your hips towards the front of your mat. 2 more breaths. Inhaling, reaching for the sky. Exhaling, hands come onto your hips and dropping that back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. And straightening that front leg and turning that foot again. So coming this way, the long way of your mat. Now moving your feet to a 45-degree angle and taking a quite nice stance. Again, you might want to adjust the stance once we get into the posture. But engaging that core, your glutes, and starting to bend your knees and moving into goddess. Now here you want to bring your knees over top of your ankle and perhaps feeling a nice stretch into your inner thighs here. Lowering your hips. Now core is engaged, back is as straight as possible and slightly tilting your pelvis forward. Opening your front chest, your front body. Arms can come into cactus, bending at the elbows and bringing your shoulder blades back together. Staying here for 3 breaths. Good, hands come back onto your hips, taking an inhale and exhaling, slowly coming back all the way. Heel toes, your feet. Coming back at the top of our mat, and on your inhale, reaching for the sky, and exhaling, hinging at the hips and forward folding. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold, bending your knees, planting your hands into your mat and stepping back into plank, fold, or modify your choice. Lowering your knees onto your mat if you're coming with me into a modified flow. Exhaling to chaturanga. Chest and belly reaches the mat at the same time. On your next inhale, pressing through the shoelace part of your feet, lifting your chest up for cobra. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhaling, pressing through your hands to come back to a tabletop position. Tucking your toes and lifting your sit up into downward facing dog. And on your next inhale, lifting your left leg high behind you. And exhaling, stepping that foot in between your hands. Front knee over top of your ankle. Wiggling your back toes all the way back. Inhaling, engaging your core, lifting your chest up into high runner's lunge here. Hands can come at heart center or towards the sky if no shoulders injuries. But back leg is strong here. Front knee is over top of your ankle and squaring your hips towards the front of your mat. Staying for 3 breaths. Taking an inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhaling, hands come back onto your hips and dropping that back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Extending or straightening that front leg and turning that foot again parallel to the short edge of your mat. I will be moving this way so you guys can see me, but maybe shortening the stance here, and again moving your feet to a 45-degree angle. Hands come onto your hips and slowly starting to lower your hips towards the mat here. Now moving into our yogi squat. Now you might want to advance your stance once you are done. Once you've lowered your hips. So if you have your heels that come up like this, that's totally okay. You can stack blocks or chip foam blocks underneath it to bring more support. You can roll a towel or blanket underneath it, or maybe rolling the top of the side of your mat to bring more support. If it's not enough support, or if you don't have anything, heels together and staying onto the balls of your feet, lifting your chest up, opening your knees to each side, feeling perhaps a stretch onto your inner thighs, and hand can come at heart center. If your heels touch the mat, just letting your hips sink towards the mat here. Passing your elbows into your thighs, thighs into your elbows or knees, and opening that front chest, pulling your heart in between your shoulders. Good. If you need a bit more, perhaps making fists with your hands and pushing them. Perhaps feeling a nice stretch onto your inner thighs here, a compression into your hips. Staying here for 3 more breaths. And after your 3rd breath, taking an inhale and slowly lifting up, rolling your spine and heel to your feet. Good, moving at the front of our mat. On your inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhaling, hinging at the hips and forwards folding. Inhaling, half a lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Bending your knees and planting your hands into your mat, stepping back into plank. Full or modified, your choice. Shifting your weight forward. Exhaling, lowering down to chaturanga. Inhaling to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhaling, pushing back to downward facing dog. And on your next inhale, lifting your right leg high behind you. Exhaling, stepping that foot to the outside edge of your right hand. And setting up for gecko here. Now let me move on this side so you guys can see it better. So you want your right foot on the outside edge of your right hand. Now lower that back knee onto your mat. If you have any knee discomfort, placing a blanket, a towel, chiffon block, or anything that can bring a bit more support, not to hurt it. Now options to stay here, pressing your front knee into your biceps, biceps into your knee, making sure your front knee is over top of your ankle and doesn't surpass your ankle. Options to keep that back leg onto your back knee onto your mat, or to tuck your toes and lift your knee up to strengthen that back leg. Option to come onto one forearm, maybe both, or maybe placing a block underneath it to bring more support. Totally your choice. Staying here for about 5 breaths. So perhaps taking the time here to come back to your intention if you had one, or maybe if you had dedicated your practice to someone, taking the time here to come back to it. And after your 3rd breath, if you are onto your forearms, slowly coming back onto your hands. Tucking your back toes, lifting your back knee up, and stepping straight to downward facing dog. Perhaps walking the dog a little bit. Good, and on your next inhale, lifting your left leg high behind you. And exhaling, stepping that foot in between your hips. Lowering your back knee onto your mat and untucking your toes. Again, any knee discomfort, placing it underneath, placing a support underneath your knee. Then making sure front knee is over top of your ankle. And different options. Pushing your knee into your bicep, biceps into your knee. Keeping that lower back knee onto your mat. Or taking those toes, lifting those knees up. Perhaps lowering onto one forearm, maybe both. Or maybe placing a block or support underneath it. And again, staying here for about 5 breaths. So perhaps taking the time this time to send breath and kindness into your hips. after your fifth breath, if you are onto your forearms, slowly coming back onto your hands, tucking your back toes, lifting that back knee up and stepping straight into a plank pose this time. Now options to move through a flow or to push straight to downward facing dog. But if you are coming with me, shifting your weight forward, exhaling, lowering down to chaturanga, inhaling to cobra or upward facing dog, and exhaling, pushing back to downward facing dog. And then on your next inhale, gaze goes to the top of your mat. Exhaling, step or walk to a seated position. And take a sip of water here. And once you're ready, if you need a bit more time, press pause on the video and come back when you're ready. If you are coming with me, keeping that left knee bent and bringing the right ankle just underneath your left knee. Right knee is nice and pushing towards the front of your mat with your right hand onto your right thigh. Now you can stay here, bringing more support, or you can move your foot and left thigh closer to your chest. Maybe your right hand goes in, thread the needles in between or just underneath your right leg, and then grab for your left shin and trying to bring it closer. Maybe feeling a nice stretch onto your other thigh, onto the right side. Staying here for about 5 breaths. And then after your 5th breath, unraveling. Now moving your feet mat distance apart and windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Good. And then this time keeping the right knee bent and placing your left ankle underneath your right knee. Foot is flexed, toes are pointing towards your shin. With your left hand pushing your left thigh away from you. And if this is enough sensation, you can stay here. If you need a bit more, threading the needles, placing your left arm underneath your left calf, grabbing for the right shin. Right hand grab for your right shin as well. And slowly bringing your right thigh closer towards your chest. Again, always pushing that left thigh towards the front of your mat. Perhaps feeling a nice stretch onto your other thigh here. 5 breaths. And when you're done your 5 breaths, slowly unraveling. Again, bring your feet mat distance apart and perhaps windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Good. And then coming more towards the front of your mat, bending your knees. Moving through a tiny bit of core before we end our session onto our back. So really engaging that core back as straight as possible. Extending your arms in front of you. Feet can be mat distance apart or hip distance apart. And I'm going to count down from 10 to lower onto our mat. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lowering onto our mat. And then bring the sole of your feet together onto your mat and letting those knees fall nice and wide. Now if this feels a bit uncomfortable, perhaps placing a block underneath your other thighs, or maybe making fists with your hands and placing them underneath your thighs for more support. Otherwise, hands can come onto your belly, onto your sides, overhead, or perhaps making a movement with your arms to find a perfect position for them. We'll be staying here for about 10 breaths. Taking nice, long, deep inhale through the nose, and a nice, long, deep exhale through the mouth. And after your 10th breath or so, or when you feel ready, with the help of your hands, bringing your thighs and knees back up. Perhaps walking your feet mat distance apart and windshield, wipe your knees a couple of times before moving to your final Shavasana. And once you feel ready, slowly extending one leg long onto your mat after the other. I will be sitting up to guide you guys. The feet come about mat distance apart or wider, and just allowing those feet to fall naturally onto their sides. Your palms and arms are facing the skies onto your sides or slightly away. And again, if this position doesn't feel comfortable for your lower back or any other reasons, try to bend your knees and plant the sole of your feet mat distance apart, letting those knees fall into center tenting. Or perhaps you would like to lay in a fetal position onto your right or left side, maybe laying onto your belly, or if you are close to a wall, perhaps you would like to bring your legs up the wall. This is totally up to you. Remember that this is your practice. So it's important to listen to the cues of your body and take whatever position feels the most comfortable for your body. Once you have found that most comfortable position, and if you feel ready, or if you want to, perhaps slowly closing your eyes or softening your gaze. And once again, letting all your thoughts, expectations, to-do list, or anything that doesn't serve you float around you. Contemplate all those thoughts and that doesn't serve you, and then letting everything go. Let them drift away, not holding on to them. If you had an intention for your practice, if you would like to keep that intention for the rest of your week, perhaps repeat it 3 times in your mind. Otherwise, you can simply let it go. If you have dedicated your practice to a loved one, perhaps repeating that name 3 times in your mind and then letting it go. We are going to take 3 deep breaths just to release our practice, and it's a natural sign and release of our body. So taking a deep inhale through the nose and really filling that belly with air, and exhaling through the mouth. Good, one more deep inhale through the nose, filling that belly with air, and exhaling through the mouth. Good, one last time, deep inhale through the nose, and filling that belly with air, and exhaling side out. And slowly let your natural breath come back. To close our practice, I invite you to go through a mental scan of your body. Try to relax and release each part of it. Relaxing your toes, the top of your feet and the sole of your feet. Relaxing your ankles, your shins and your calves. Relaxing your knees, circling them. Relaxing your thighs, and your hamstrings are softened and relaxed. Relaxing your glutes, your hips, and your pelvis. Relaxing the muscles of your lower back, and your abdomen is softened with each breath that you take. Relaxing the muscles of your mid-back, your rib cage, and the area of your heart. Relaxing your fingers, the top of your hands, and the palms of your hands. Relaxing your wrists, your forearms, and your elbows. Relaxing your biceps and triceps. Relaxing your shoulders. As you're softening them, allow them to fall heavy onto your mat. Relaxing the muscles of your upper back, your chest, and your neck. Softening your face. Softening your eyelids and eyes. And relaxing that space in between your eyebrows. Finally, relaxing your jaw by slightly opening your mouth. knowing that there is absolutely no rush today. I encourage you to stay in your final Shavasana and enjoying that posture for as long as you need to, or for as long as you want to. But once you are ready to move out of your final Shavasana and out of your practice, please do so slowly as a sign of respect towards your body and yourself. Thank you so much for stepping up onto your mat and practicing. As usual, if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, please leave a message below the video and I will get back to you. From the bottom